Here we go.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to George Romeli's podcast. My special guests tonight are Joey Arminio and Doreen Arminio. I want to welcome them to the show, aka Stiletto and the Sax. How you guys doing?
Hi.
How you
We're
doing?
Great.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
I haven't talked to you guys in a long time. I haven't seen you in a long time. So tell me, what's going on? What are you guys doing right now?
Oh my God. Well, we're eating.
Right now we're at Chef Umberto's, and we're putting together a new music and manja and the Golden Oldies Doo-Wop Society. So much we're going on with the three of us here. It's just amazing. We're really on fire right now with a lot of great things.
Yeah, we're just doing our shows all over the country. We went on 2 tours this year. We went in Florida and all down the South, and then in the fall we always go, down to we go up to Albany and Buffalo area. We go down
Nashville,
south, all over
Georgia,
the
the whole Midwest to East Coast
on our big tour bus
tour.
So, but our new venture right now is working with Chef Umberto. We're doing a lot of fun, good things. Say hi.
How you doing, everyone?
So, Chef, tell us what you're doing.
Well, basically, we put together. We just finished doing our first episode of our Pizza Pasta podcast, and we've got a thing that we put together. Our new shtick is music and manja. Basically, we're going to people's homes, and we're going to a lot of different restaurants. June 16th, we're going to be in Waretown at Zano's, and we're doing our first music and manja there. It's a combination. I take the owner's favorite dish, and I put my spin on it, and we serve it to the people. And basically, his kitchen sets up my featured dish as part of the meal that night. And we do meet and greets, and Stiletto and the Sax Band do their music. And then we're going to be in Cranford, New Jersey on June 23rd at O Sole Mio. So, it's starting to take off. Then we got a couple private homes that we're doing. But, this has been one.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept because people, they want to have something intimate. They don't want to maybe be at a restaurant with a lot of other people. So we bring the experience to their home. And there's,
I mean, it could be anywhere. It doesn't have to be just a home. It could be anywhere. We could be on a ship. We could be on a boat.
We can't go on a boat. You'll be throwing up. We're not going on a boat.
Well, I could get a substitute at the boat. That's another story. Charlie Mozzarella.
Oh, yeah. But we're having a good time. Just, we're very blessed to be able to do music for our work and everything. We're having a good time.
We've been doing it for a long, long time.
We just started a new organization called the Golden Oldies Doo-Wop Society. And we're using this organization to honor a lot of the oldies artists that, there's not a lot left in the doo-wop. And we did one event a couple months ago with Chef Umberto for Bobby D'Andrea, and
the
knockouts, and then we have another one coming up, a couple more in the works right now, and it's also to help young people who are into the music to launch them a little bit. So we're working on our 501c3, and we're just having a good time, just trying to do good things in the music business.
Guys are busy. I mean, Chef, what were you guys doing today? You were doing a commercial, if I'm correct. Tell us
we did a commercial. Yeah, we did a commercial for music and manja. We had done it live. What was it, Sunday? We did Who's Got the Best Bloody Mary in Monmouth and Ocean County, and the Best Bite of the Night. And that was all to raise money for a little girl who's got cancer, 2 years old. She's got a rare cancer. So far we raised $2,000 that day. Yeah. But that was our event that we did there. And we had done it live, the commercial, and for some reason the sound didn't come out right. So tonight, we did the commercial, and we did I said, while you're here, we set up our podcast. It's only fitting that they should be the first people on our first podcast. And so we did it. In our podcast, basically, we keep it casual. We call it the Pizza Pasta Podcast. And at the end, our last 15 minutes, I take whatever, like today, they were talking about fish with we did an agro dolce. So I did a swordfish, a grilled swordfish.
It's amazing.
With an agro dolce. And we finish off with a little bit of food.
I gotta tell you.
Oh man, you're making me hungry.
So it was amazing.
I turned off the sound on Sunday because I wanted to come over for dinner.
Who had the best Bloody Mary in Monmouth County?
Believe it or not, it was Monmouth and Ocean County, and I call him the legend because on the algorithms when we were checking who's got the most reviews and stuff, it kept coming up the Lacey Elks Club, Charlie, Lacey Elks Club.
That was a
I
good
said,
one,
I got to put him in there. And his Bloody Mary was a great Bloody Mary, but then it looked like it had a 5-course meal on top
I
of it.
like that's
The
how I like
shrimp,
Bloody
the
Mary.
fresh mozzarella, and it had a whole bunch of stuff in
I
it.
had, that's right. Everybody was talking about it, so I had to go back and try it. And I never had a Bloody Mary. I don't really drink them. And all of a sudden, it was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I only had one, and I picked that one because I saw all the food. I like a Bloody Mary that's a meal. And
They say they're the best thing for a hangover. Trust me, I don't drink anymore. But when I had a hangover, I got the Bloody Mary. There's a lot of stuff in it that, like, if you drank the night before, you drink a Bloody Mary and get all the nutrition back. So
that's what they tell you to drink in the morning.
Right.
If you're hungover, drink a Bloody Mary.
And we've been using our new vodka company.
Yeah, Vesper Vodka.
Vesper Vodka. Yeah, if you keep your eye on that.
Yeah, we've been working with that. That's going to be one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
For our What's Cooking YouTube channel that we got.
And Stiletto and the Sax.
And Stiletto and the Sax Man. Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff. We actually have a bourbon company. We don't want to leave them out too. Yeah. Three Brooks Bourbon, a local bourbon. I'm a bourbon drinker, so
I do both, but I can't do them at the same time.
Yeah, we found out.
I can't do any anymore. I got in too much trouble.
Yeah, me too.
It's so good to see you again, though. It's so nice. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for having it.
Just so tell me, you two, how did you first meet?
Here we go.
Us, me and Joe.
Here we go.
Well,
back to the beginning.
You want to go? You want to tell the story?
You tell.
I want you to tell the story. Okay, everybody knows when I do podcasts, I try to implement sports. I'm going to do this early on. I told these guys I did a little bit of my homework, and that's what I do a little bit. I pay attention to social media. I read stuff. And Joe was in a band, and he tried to play football back in the day, right? Is that how you met your cheerleader?
No, we didn't meet till no. I was only 15 in that picture, and I did not meet him until I was 30. Or something.
I think I was babysitting for you.
Oh, geez, so I'm way off here, huh?
Yeah, we didn't. No, he finally got the cheerleader, but no, not
when I was 60.
Not then.
Yeah.
When I was 6.
He had I was just looking to sing, and I hadn't really sang before, and I saw a little ad in the paper, and it said looking for a female singer who wants to do the 40s through the 90s. He didn't mean that. He meant the 50s and the 60s when I got there. But I went to this audition, and he was playing, and it was good. You want to tell the story? He had auditioned a lot of singers.
I auditioned like 22 singers. And I was coming out of, I've been playing since 1980 and playing sax since 84. And in fact, I played with Eddie Testa in 84. Eddie started me on the saxophone. And I was playing with his bands for anytime he needed a sub. And then I ended up with Joe Bonanno as well over the course of time with the Godsons of Soul. I played with them for about 3 years. But when I met Doreen, I was changing it up from the Asbury Park soap thing. I said, I want to go into more of a show, Atlantic City show band kind of thing, more, theatrical with costumes and dancers. And that's where I wanted to go. And around 1999, I put the ad in, and I went through a lot of different singers, and they were mostly rock and rollers, which I love too, but it was a different style of what I was looking for. So the ad I put in was like, feather boas, dressing up to the nines, that whole thing.
Well, you didn't really put that in the ad.
Yeah, well, I kind of did because that's what I wanted.
I come from a theater background, so we meshed the theater background that I have with his rock and roll background. We had live band with dancers and costumes. Yeah, so it was very different.
We mixed it together, and it caught on.
One of the first places we did our show is at his
restaurant, Portobello's in Freehold.
Wow.
We shopped it to him, and that was like 25, 30 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
And then when she first joined the group, it was me and our keyboard player, Nikki Valla. It was the two of us. We were doing shows, and one of the agents, Brothers Management, said, "Look, Joe, if you want to do Atlantic City and do shows, you got to have a skirt." So I'm like, geez, I don't know. I don't look good in a skirt. I don't know if that's going to work for me. No. I mean, you got to get a girl singer who has nice legs, And I said, oh, all right. And that's what we did. And we got our first audition.
That is so inappropriate these days.
That wasn't these days. That was 1999.
I'm not easily offended.
So we went in there. We did a 20-minute audition, and we ended up in Atlantic City at the Hilton Hotel for 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what inspired you to get into music?
Cool. You
Both
know
of
what?
you.
Music chooses you. It really does. You know, you have it or you don't. And I was a classical dancer, and I was doing a classical dance. I lived in New York, and then I wanted to do some. Yeah, I moved to New Jersey, and they were like, "Well, you could sing. Why don't you join a band?" And I'm like, I said, let me think about it. So I always loved to sing, but I never did it in front of people. So I went, and it took me a little bit.
She was amazing.
to get
And when I
used to
heard her voice, I said, oh my God, not only can she sing Broadway rock and pretty much anything. I was a 50s and 60s. I'm a bubblegum guy. So I go back to like the Shelley Fabre, the Connie Stevens. That's my favorite stuff. And when people talk to me and they're like, you want to play saxophone? Oh yeah. We do Motown, we do this, we do that, we do Tower of Power. But no, me, I want to play like lead lines to like Pretty Little Baby, stuff like that. It's just my thing, And her voice sounded like Ronnie Spector, a Frankie Lyman sound, Joni Summers, just that Connie Stevens, that kind of voice.
I never really had training, so what I would do is just impersonate, because that's how
we call her the parrot.
The parrot. I was the parrot, it's funny because I impersonate people I should be, what do you call the 80s guys?
Yeah.
But I do it to be funny, and then now, of course, I've been doing this a long time, so I have my own style. But that's how I learned. Really, it was just impersonating other singers.
And Don K. Reed started me off in back when everybody was listening to Led Zeppelin. I loved all the music of the late early 70s. The Now Explosion stuff, Ooh Child, all that kind of stuff. But Don K. Reed in '74, I started listening to that in my father's '62 Cadillac while driving up and down the Parkway on Sunday nights. And oh my God, I listened to the doo-wop shop all the time. Pretty soon I was bringing cassettes in with doo-wop to my high school in '74, '75. And people were looking at me like, I was trying to be Fonzie. I got the leather jacket. I got
there you go.
You get the cheerleader.
I didn't get the cheerleader. I got the nerd
cheerleader.
Nerd squad.
Nerd squad. So
but our book, 0 to 60, Don K. Reed, after years and years, I became friends with him. We were on his show, CBS FM, million listeners, 4 times with my groups. And he, on our book cover of 0 to 60, he put a musical trip you have to take for our book.
Yeah,
nice.
Really fast.
What was the first album you both remember owning? Whole album. I gotta think.
Most of my albums, honestly, were hand-me-downs from my brothers, because I never bought an album. I always got them from other people. But the first one that I learned and memorized and sang every word to, and it was Donny Osmond. I was doing. It was Donny Osmond. I used to listen to it day in, day out. I was maybe 5 years old, and I sang, and I impersonated him, sounded just like him.
That was your first album?
That was the first one. I didn't buy it, but I was in love with it. So I think that would have to be it. The first 45 I bought was Love Will Keep Us Together at Sam Goody.
I bought that too. I have all of them.
Do you know your first
album?
album?
Yeah, my first album is really strange because it was, I believe it was 1975. And this girl I used to like, she bought me for my birthday, my first albums, Boston, More Than a Feeling. The first Boston one was my first album.
Great.
Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. and Steve Miller, Book of Dreams were my first 3 albums that I got at the same time for my birthday.
Do you remember yours?
Yeah, I'm just
Chef, I'm going to ask you. Give me yours.
CCR, New Riders of the Purple Sage.
Woo! You Riders.
Yeah, Creedence Clearwater
I
Revival.
feel so not cool compared to you guys, but I was younger.
Yeah, that was my. And then I had all the other albums. You know, they came along. Billy Joel, The Stranger, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival, was my first one.
I remember Led Zeppelin though, with
Houses of the Holy.
the one with Stairway to Heaven on
Yeah,
it.
Houses of the Holy.
I love. We were just talking about this yesterday. I love the albums. They used to have all the words.
Yes.
You know, you could learn every
Right.
word, every song. I remember I had ABBA, and I learned all those songs, and I would, I loved that.
Well, that's why I
It was
don't,
such a
I
great
don't
thing to get an
appreciate
album.
MP3s anymore because
Yeah.
CDs, albums, you were able to open them up, touch them, look at them. Now you get an MP3, it's in your computer somewhere. You probably don't look at it,
Yeah.
you know?
I agree with you. I agree with you. Now, if you could open a show for any artist out there, alive or dead, who would it be?
Boy, that's a tough one. Open a show.
Jeez, if we could open a show for an artist,
They could be either alive or dead musician.
Oh my gosh.
Who would you want to open up for?
What do I want to open up for?
geez, I mean,
I'm going to say, if it was me, James Taylor. I love James Taylor.
I might have to say, Paul.
RuPaul?
Maybe Neil Diamond, or I would maybe have to say maybe Neil Diamond. I love him.
I think Dion and the Belmonts.
You.
You know, Dion, one of the oldies artists, Dion or Larry Chance or Vito Pacone.
We've done that though. We've
No,
already
I
done
know,
that.
but I really don't have. I'm not impressed with. I'm impressed with people that I've worked with and people that I am around. To tell me, I don't know, somebody at Prince or something. I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? I'd rather open up for someone that I can relate to. You know?
So let me rephrase it then. So who along this area, Joe, that you want to open up for? Who would you want to perform with? I mean, that's a question I want to ask you right now.
Well, I have always wanted to work with Clarence Clemens and Bruce Springsteen back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I mean that was my dream. In fact, in our book, I wrote the whole story of when Clarence Clemens passed away and where I was at the time and how it's the closest I could have ever been at that moment playing with a band called the E Street Shuffle. It was a complete whim. They called me up and my friend couldn't make it, who was their sax player, Bill Shanker. And he said, can you fill in for the E Street Shuffle doing Springsteen stuff? And I said, I'd be honored. And I went there a Tuesday night at the Parker House, and it's all in my book, the whole story. And that night just before the second set, Clarence passed. And I remember opening up with Badlands, and it was the energy in the place, the crowd, everything. It was the closest place I could be to feeling that energy of the E Street Band and that whole thing.
Yeah, that was
Wow, that's touching. What's your favorite song to perform together? Both you two.
together.
I like the Vogues.
We do that. That's fun. We usually close with that one.
Yeah, we close with the Vogues. Turn around, look at me. I like that.
That's it. That is a fun one to
That's
do.
what I was going to say.
Yeah, we like that. And we make it kind of silly a little bit.
We do everything kind of tongue in cheek,
But
mostly.
we don't sacrifice the actual singing, the musical part of it.
No.
It's just, we just try to sometimes be a little bit silly with
We
it.
like to be silly. I like the old Rat Pack style where they get on stage and they just have
Sing
a
the
ball.
crap out of
Sing
it.
the crap out of stuff and just have a ball. And that's what we're all about, tongue in cheek and fun, because we really don't, I don't take ourselves seriously. I don't think anybody should take themselves too seriously because they become a pain in the, they become.
You can say it. There's no FCC here. You can say it. You're allowed to curse.
Thank you, but I'm not going to curse. I'm just going to say that.
But you can. It's no FCC regulations here.
Thank you. Rock and roll, Spinal Tap. No.
So you two have been married for a while. And when did you first decide to collaborate together music-wise, work together? That's got to be tough.
No, we were working together before we were even together as a couple. We were friends.
Okay.
And
Nice.
the music brought us together, and we just had a lot in common, and things progressed, but we were working together first. It was a working relationship.
It's amazing. She did something and I did something totally different. And when it came together, she has her whole style and her whole, she took over the company for that matter. About 8 years ago, I retired. I said, I'm done with this because she knows.
I do it better.
She does it better. I have to admit, she does it better.
No, we have opposite strengths.
Yes,
so
that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, opposite strengths. The things that I'm good at, I don't even mean musically. I mean just running things around the house.
Everything.
Stuff, whatever. In every way, we have opposite strengths, and that really makes for a good team because when it's his turn to do stuff, I just back up. And then when it's my turn to do the stuff I know, he backs up.
Absolutely.
And it works. It seems to work. We're having a really good time.
Yeah.
And it shows when we perform.
Yeah.
When I saw you guys, you were doing a lot of stuff around here. And Doreen, I saw you backup singer with a bunch of people like Eddie and Joe.
Yeah.
What made you guys decide to go make that right-hand turn in a different direction? Because I have not seen you guys. You've gone into a different turn and direction. What made you guys decide to do that?
Well, we were doing a lot of stuff with those guys, but that wasn't our main gig. We still had our show band going on, and we were always working together with our band. And I have to say it, the minute we got rid of the band, we just soared because we kind of felt like we were just pulling an anchor up a mountain all the time. It's not easy to run a band, especially, a show band with dancers, costumes, and agents. And when we got rid of everybody and started doing the duo, man, it just started
because
clicking.
you become an act or an act, like a Andre and Sorrell or a Martin and Lewis or something like that.
Let's say Abbott and Costello.
Yeah,
well, you know what? That too.
I wasn't gonna say the Three Stooges.
We do that silly stuff the whole time. I really have no problem making a fool out of myself because it's fun. And I'm surprised because when I first got into this business, I was afraid to be on stage singing. So I had always been a dancer. I never had to open my mouth. I never had to sing. I never had to talk. Now you can't stop me.
You know, it's really cool. I was playing with Eddie. Like I was with the Wanderers for about 12 years. And the Wanderers were playing simultaneously while the Cruisers were playing. The Nerds and all those groups were out. And what ended up happening was I was always known as a sax player to them. Meanwhile, with my shows, I was the lead singer and all I do. You know, it took till like probably 8 years ago before anybody knew I could sing.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Everybody thought I was a sax player. You know.
Yeah.
You know when I found out. And I was going to wait till the end, but I'm going to say it now. During COVID, you guys know I'm a big sports fanatic. There was no sports, and I went on social media. 2020 was brutal for me because I had lost my girlfriend at the time. You guys got on social media and were performing at your home. Yeah. That got me through. I got to tell you, for me, that got me through a lot of things because that was just. I know it was bad for all of us, but when you lose somebody, it was just. I needed something to just keep me active. I would watch you guys all the time, and it got me through some of the tough times. And I meant to tell you that at that time, but I figured since I had you on with me, I would tell you publicly. That's when I saw you guys. That's when I first saw you sing, Joe. I'm like, wait a second. I thought you played saxophone.
Yeah, nobody knew
especially in the Asbury scene, you know. But thank you for saying that. And honestly, it got us through things too because we couldn't, everybody was so sad, and we just needed to connect. We all needed to connect, and he came up with that idea. And I get a lot of people saying things like that. So I'm sorry.
It was all that. I got to tell you because. There was nothing. I mean, I just remember barbecuing all the time and sports slowly came back. And then you guys started doing stuff and I would sit there and go on social media and just get my mind out of it. my own
Yeah,
head.
that's
and just
awesome. That was
you guys.
really
I'm glad we were
awesome.
able to do
I
that.
took an iPad, right, an old iPad, and I stuck it on the back wall. And I said, you know what? I don't care who watches. We just need some social. We need to. It was her and I. We walk, and my uncle Funzy, and we go to the park, come home alone. Everything had to be alone. And then I said, you know what we're gonna do? We're setting up in the kitchen, and whoever watches, and we're gonna get a
Everybody
good feeling.
watch.
So we started
Back in
getting
here.
people all over started writing to us. We had
I'm back.
50,000 to 100,000 people at sometimes watching us from all over the world. We made friends all over the world. In our book, 0 to 60, I don't know if you see this or not, but this is our book. It's also a weapon and a phone book, but it's 695 pages. And in this book is our whole life story from the time I was 3 years old all the way meeting Doreen, and Umberto's in the book. So many people are in the book, and it was written over COVID. It was finished. Doreen edited the whole thing. In the book tells all about what was going on during that COVID time. We, at one point, we were saying day by day, we don't know if we're going to work again. Oh my God, I got up this morning. We did. I mean, it got to the point where we were down to days because we didn't even know if we were going to ever perform again.
So.
It was crazy. I mean, I still talk about people. I'm like, I thought I was watching a damn movie. Like sci-fi movies. I was living it.
Shaking your head for like
are you serious? We're walking around going, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, and then I'm hearing people going to Florida, and I'm like, what? We're allowed to travel outside New Jersey. It was just crazy.
Yeah,
but I got to thank you. Seriously, that got me. So many people, including with you guys, did the same thing. It just, thank goodness for the internet. Imagine if we didn't have any of that during that time.
No.
Think about it. If it was in the 1980s, think about it.
No.
And that came along, we had no social media.
No.
We had no cell phones.
What would
we how much game of Monopoly would we be playing?
We wouldn't have known that we weren't allowed out. We would have went out. I think we would have went out.
All I had was back in the 70s and 80s, all I had was my CB radio.
There you go. So what are your non-musical influences, like other than music, that influence your sound, that inspire your sound? That could be films, literature, life events. What are some of those influences that contribute to your music today?
I think well, we just did this medley. It's a TV medley of these all the old shows. And it's real. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's really funny. We do like
costume changes.
We change costumes. We do Archie and Edith. Only I'm Archie and he's Edith. We do what else?
He's Edith.
Yeah. Laverne and Shirley. We do Happy Days. We do what else is in there? Love Boat. He comes out as Captain Stubing. I come out as Gilligan. We change for every song.
Everything is done in 12 minutes. We do the whole. It's online.
It's like 10 songs.
Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls. I come out like Sophia. Thank you.
Wow.
I do Welcome Back, Kotter. I come out as Kotter.
There's a classic.
Three's Company, Batman, the Brady Bunch.
We hold up these signs in Batman. They go, bam!
Right.
We have all this stuff, and it doesn't.
We're playing trumpet and sax. It's really funny. Yeah, we've been doing stuff with Umberto now. We're doing all these shows now, music and manja, and we're trying to be we've always been so creative together.
Yeah.
We've always wanted to do this, and now we're finally, kind of
finally doing it.
Yeah, we're finally merging.
Mm-hmm.
You guys look like you're really tight, all three of you.
Yeah.
We are tight.
I can see it. I mean, just in a short amount of time, I can see that you guys got a good connection there, and that's pretty cool. I got to tell you that right up front here.
Yeah, that's true.
One of the things what we are is, especially myself, I have friends for decades. I'm talking 30, 40, 50 years. When someone calls me up it's like right now, like you and I are talking right now, that's the way it is. It's like there's no, why did you, they could call me anytime in the middle of the night, anytime you need me, I'm there, that's the way we are with our friends. and family. You know, we're always there for our family.
You know, there's not too many people like that. You know that, right? In today's world, that's really real. I mean, that's old school right there. I mean, that's where I came from. My dad was always there for everybody, and you don't see too much of that today. So I got to give you kudos for that. That's pretty cool. What is the best thing about being in a two artist relationship?
About the two of us like working together.
It could be working. It could be working together. Yes.
Is that with or without our girlfriend? No, I'm joking.
You know what? I don't know. We just have so much fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
It's not trying to get out of the house. All right. The hardest thing we have is trying to get there.
In the house.
Once we're there, we're magic on stage. It's just magic, you know, and we laugh. And sometimes like I'll surprise him with like a joke that he doesn't know is coming, and he'll just die laughing on stage. You know?
You can't even breathe. Like she'll say something, I'll be like choking, and I can't even breathe because it's funny. Then we leave it in the act. We say we got to write that in, you know. And
we've done like things where we thought like we should do this, and like even we turn around, look at me, we were joking around, like we were in bed, and the dog was behind us, and I turned, he turned, the dog was behind me, and he goes, "There is someone looking behind you," and then we said we should do that in the act. That'd be so funny. And it's our closer, like
we write it.
I stand behind him like this, and I do like
and then
that.
I look that way, and she goes the opposite way. It's funny.
So we make up stuff like when we're just doing nothing. Also, we have a recording studio at the house, so I'm in the kitchen cooking. I'm trying to learn better from Umberto, chef. But I'll be cooking, and I'll run in, so I'll be like, "Can you do this part?" And I'll come in, and I'll sing.
Yes, we have Arminio Studios, and
then I'll go back and finish the food or whatever.
I've been doing production for everybody. You know, a lot of individual artists come in to get songs done and stuff. And the great Frank Piombo, who is on the Billboard Jazz 100, he's in the studio now with us. And Tom Jacobson from our group, A Lotta Colada, which is our island band. He also is my co-producer in the studio, and it's amazing because it's magic. It's magic. Frank got on the Billboard 100. We're so excited.
That is exciting. He's really good.
We got some trophies from him and stuff.
But a little bit more about answering your question is that, you know, just being able to throw stuff at each other. But I was thinking about something. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, well, maybe it'll come to me. I had a thing that was good about being in the two artists. I know what it was. You know, marriages in this business it's not easy if you're not in the business, because somebody's always out. We travel a lot. So we couldn't do that if it was just one of us. Or, you know, the other one would be left out, it's not an easy life for a spouse of someone who works on the road the way we do. So we enjoy getting out on the road and going to new places and staying in hotels. And, you know, we get to do that together. And that's really fun.
That's really important.
But I don't think that would work. You know, I mean,
well, it doesn't work. I know from experience.
I'm number 3 wife.
Yeah, it doesn't work because what ends up happening.
Third time was a charm, huh? Third time was a charm.
It doesn't work because what ends up happening is you go somewhere, and then all of a sudden, how many times can they come and see you with their girlfriends or their friends? Next thing you know, they're out seeing other bands. La 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 la, and one thing leads to another, and it doesn't get pretty. Not necessarily all the time, but
it's hard.
It's very hard for a person who's not. I give women or men a lot of credit if they're not performing with their spouse. I give them a lot of credit.
And it also helps. Like, we play in the band with the cameos, and it's 8 guys, and I'm the only girl, female, whatever, woman, whatever. And thank God my husband's in the band, because the band wives might have been like, who is this girl? Why is she coming in this band?
They can be upset.
So I got him here, and nobody feels threatened,
What's the hardest part about it?
Getting there.
Getting to
the gigs. You don't know what it's like. We're really bad at that.
I lost 3 times at least. my keys. I forgot my
We're
phone.
yelling at each
Yelling
other.
at each other. Do we have everything? Is my sax in the car? Sax? Oh, shit. Where's your trumpet? I don't know.
And I
Where's your
drive.
hat?
I have to drive because
Where's your hat?
where's your
Where's
hat?
my hat?
I have to drive because I'm a terrible passenger and I'm a control freak.
I can't drive anymore.
You
She
don't drive.
she completely cut me off.
I think that's a woman's thing, though,
It is.
because my wife thinks she can drive and she can't.
No, I can drive.
Well, you know what? I just tell everybody I have my personal chauffeur.
Because if
First-
he's driving, I have to tell him exactly what lane he's supposed to be in. Where
Oh,
he's coming
jeez.
from. I'm a pain in the ass, so I just drive.
Now it's my personal chauffeur. I have a chauffeur.
I think as women get older, we do that though.
I'm gonna start sitting in the back seat.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
I'm doing it.
We didn't have a
Now, do you guys have a designated no music talk at your house when you're not performing, when it's your time? Do you have it? Do you have any of that time that we ain't talking about music tonight? We're just
Oh,
going
yeah.
to chill.
We barely do that. We don't talk about music.
music?
We don't talk.
No.
We don't.
We don't. I mean, unless there's a song that we
We're
hear
learning, yeah.
or a learning, if someone sends us a song and I go, wow, you know what?
We should do
That
this one.
song can work. And then we go into the studio and we record it. Because, you know, honestly, a lot of the music that and you too, you as well, we've been hearing since we were what, 12, 14, 15. Some of the songs we've been hearing 10. So, I mean, you know, Moni Moni, Shout, things like that. You've been hearing these so many years and years, but when something comes along that you hear and you go,
We could do that.
what is that?
Yeah.
I want to do that. And then that's when it gets exciting. Then you can
But
do it.
he's a hobbyist. He loves so many hobbies. Like, so he's really not thinking about that at home. You know, you're always
I'm doing construction. I'm working on the house.
well, that's just
I
not-
build Aurora AFX and
little
Tyco
cars,
race
he-
cars.
he-
That's how I stayed alive during COVID. I sold
He sold
cars and
cars.
built and sold cars all over the world.
He does radio. He does chess. He does all these different hobbies. You know, so he's always really busy doing some kind of tinkering. I don't know. He's got the
Chess player, huh? You're a chess player?
Yeah, but
You, any good?
he's good at everything.
Yeah,
He's
what,
good.
chess?
Yes.
Yeah, I could play.
You play?
I played when I was younger a lot.
Go on Game Knot.
Yeah, send me that link. I'll check it out.
All right, I'll play a game with you for sure.
I haven't played in a while. It's been a long time. When I was younger, I used to be really good at it. We used to have these chess tournaments when I was in elementary school.
I
So
was
it's-
too. In high school, I was in the chess club. I don't like saying that because I'm a geek, but I was in the chess club. But my son Tommy, who I just had a granddaughter.
Congratulations. I saw that.
Yeah, she. Oh my God, she's beautiful. But my son Tommy, he's like a master on Game Night. I taught him how to play. I thought I was going to kick his butt. I haven't played in years. I get on there. He's got like 40 games going. He beat me like 12 games. I am so angry. I want him. He's mine. He's mine. Anyway, the granddaughter's beautiful, and Lexi is a beautiful woman, and I'm very happy for him.
Yeah, it's really nice.
What was the person that gave you the best musical advice?
Musical advice.
Well, I have people that gave me great musical advice. As far as there's different phases of musical advice. There's how to handle yourself in the music business.
Hello, that's what you taught me.
Okay, like my band teacher from high school, who really didn't like me at the time. His name was Harry Owens, and I wrote a chapter on Verona High School and Harry Owens in my book. But Harry taught me about dedication. And then you had Don K. Reed, who taught me about oldies music. Bobby Emmons from the Crosstones taught me oldies. He taught me how to love oldies and how to be a part and sing it. Vocally, Phil Sanicola, Vito Pacone, he's a mentor now from the Elegance, Little Star. Guy Valeri from the Regents, who taught me many things. He was and Larry Chance, of course, was one of my big. I was online every day with these guys, recording with them and everything. And then, of course, Guy passed away, Larry passed away, and Larry was with the Earls, Larry Chance and the Earls. They did Remember Then. And
he was so funny. He had all these hits, one of the best voices you'll ever hear. And he had a bunch of songs, hits in the 60s and during the doo-wop era. And he had this gold thing on his a chain, and it said, his friend gave it to him. It said, used to be a star, because his friend used to say, oh, this is my friend Larry. He used to be a star. So he had a big gold record on his thing, but he was great. But for that question, I'd have to say, Joe taught me everything about the music business. I haven't really gotten advice from a lot of people about music. You know, you taught me how to play the trumpet. And so that, you know, I started doing that like during COVID. I only been playing since then.
Yeah.
But he taught me the whole business, and I learned a lot. And the one thing that
she's amazing.
One thing I learned from him, and I fought him tooth and nail from the beginning, was, you know, I was trying to be the same. I was trying to be like everybody else. I didn't want to do things that were different because I didn't want to be weird. And then I realized we are different. And the minute we embraced our difference and how weird we are, if people got it, because we were being true to ourselves, because we do have a very similar taste in music. And just was trying to fit or conform to a mold and that I didn't fit into. So I fought him.
Yeah, when you're like that, when you do the same thing as everybody else and you're all competing in the same thing, I don't know. I just like doing stuff that's different. Like when we'll take a song, for instance, we'll hear it. Here's something, and what we'll do is we'll take the song and do it our way in the studio, then release it, like How the Time Flies, or
we heard
the Ron Holden song.
Yeah, we heard the songs on the way to a gig, and we go, "Oh, that's so cool!" And then we turned it into a duet, and there was a bass singer, and I sang it an octave higher. And,
because we know where our strengths are.
You know how it is in the restaurant business too. You know,
you take a recipe.
You're doing your own thing, and he's doing so many great things with his, you know, promoting and doing all this charity work, and you're always raising.
He's doing so much charity work.
Charity work, and you've been doing that since we met you.
Yeah,
we used to do the Star Chefs with you, and
we grew with that.
Yeah,
and you raised a ton of money for people over the years, and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful thing. Yeah.
Tell us about. I want to know about your trip to Florida. What did you do down in Florida? What did you perform down there?
Well, we started off in. It's hard to set up because you have to book the first one, and then you have to, you know, we don't have anybody booking it for us. We did it ourselves. So, you know, I found out we were going to Virginia, and I said, well, let's book from there. So then we went into Myrtle Beach, and then we went to Vero Beach, then Pompano, and we had to set all this up, and it's hard to set up on your own, you know, if you don't have a tour.
Yeah, we don't have a manager or an agent. We do everything ourselves.
Everything we've done ourselves.
That's insane.
Nobody's ever taken us by the hands, and you too, Umberto, you know that, and said, I'm going to help you guys. Nobody.
Yeah. And that's our whole career, because every time it seems it's every time that we have an opportunity, like for instance, the East Coast Music Hall of Fame. Yeah. I won Best Musician 219, and she won Female Vocalist 222. And at that point, it was like, now we could probably get some interest, you know? And then all of a sudden the organization fell apart. And then what happens is you kind of lightly go away, and then you have to reinvent yourself. And we always reinvent ourselves. That's one of the things we're known for.
What's your favorite venue to perform at?
Umberto's. No, we really love. I love the theater. You know, when we do opening acts.
Opening acts for the concerts are our favorite
concerts.
Thing to do, yeah.
My favorite thing was singing at the PNC. That was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the sound system is amazing. You know, thousands of people. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what we
like.
But
you know what? Sometimes I love going into an assisted living, and making these people that can't see a show, and we put on the exact same show.
We don't change.
in a nursing home that we put on at the PNC, because they deserve a good show. And
In fact, we do stuff for the veterans, and that's another one of my favorite venues, because when you're doing stuff for the veterans and you watch these guys in wheelchairs that gave it up for you, getting up, standing up with the flag, we're doing, a patriotic song or something. There's really nothing better than that,
You could
I
get
like the private parties, things like that, but the veterans are amazing.
You could get all caught up in yourself in this business, and it's easy to do.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, you could get all caught up in how great you're doing this great show. You're in that great. You got picks for that, but
Doesn't matter.
When it comes down to it, an audience is an audience. There could be 3 people. There could be 30,000
Absolutely.
people. It's still an audience.
Absolutely.
You give them the exact same quality.
How do you feel about the internet and social media platforms? How have they impacted the music world?
Well, for us, it's been great because, like you said, the kitchen concerts, we connected with so many people. But there's so much. I don't really pay attention to the music scene right now.
Do you mean the internet, how it affects music, or how it affects us?
Music.
I think, honestly, that I just think it's too easy to, I don't know. I'm an old-fashioned guy. I like the old CDs. I like the old recording studios. There's people out there releasing songs that are made from AI, and they're coming out with these songs, and they're going, look what I wrote. I wrote this country song. The guy doesn't sing, he doesn't write, and he got a country song, and he's out shopping it as a hit. So I'm mixed feelings because I use AI a lot. I love ChatGPT. I love, the other platforms.
But we write songs.
But I'm a recording engineer. Every time they come out with a new thing, I lose work. I mean, there's
It's
people
also
coming,
not real.
they're coming to us. They're coming to Tom Jacobson and myself to help them, and Doreen, the 3 of us, to help them take a song. They hum the song. We have to create the music, create the whole thing.
They hum it off key.
Build it up, and they hum it off key. Maybe 3 keys. We have to find the one they're singing in. But once that's all done and you got it, then we build their song. That takes a lot of hours. That's not something you just do, in 5 minutes. These AI things, they're just bam, 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 bam. And these people, a lot of them don't even know what sounds good, so they don't know how to mix them. And we've been doing this 30 years, almost 60 years for all of it together.
Well, AI is definitely changing things.
Yeah, that's.
It's scary. It's scary. Even on the home front here, when you have, just a simple Alexa talking back to you, it's kind of scary stuff. I'm like, what are you saying to me here?
And people are getting record deals from being disgusting. Because there's certain people, and one of them I know personally, but they do something filthy on the internet, and then they got a rap deal, and they're celebrities, and they're making and they don't have a lot of talent.
No.
Or maybe they have some talent, but
they're not showing it.
it's
That's crazy. That's
It
crazy.
is crazy. So it sounds a little bit, like wow, but
Well, bad news gets you further than good news. There's a lot of people doing great things out there that you're not hearing about on the news, aren't you?
I'm not going to go there, Joe. You know that. We're on the same page. I ain't going there here.
No.
What's the biggest misconception about musicians that people have?
I don't know.
Biggest misconception about musicians. Not all musicians are.
Don't you say it.
Go ahead.
I was
Say it.
thinking the same thing that he's probably going to say.
No, I'm just
Say it.
saying not all musicians are.
Say it.
No, they're not. They're not all. When you become a musician, it's because you don't want to give a crap what anybody else is saying. If you're a professional musician, that means you don't want to be. I don't want to deal with you.
Well, people always think that we don't.
Yeah.
That's not our job. And I've had family members go, "Oh, you work," and I'm like,
I
this
work
is
all
our
year.
job. This is our
They said that? Oh, you work?
Yeah, it was my.
It is work.
Oh, you joined the circus?
Yeah,
No,
they don't think it's a real business, and it
No,
is.
it is. It's a real business.
Not everybody can do it. As a real
There's
business.
people that do this, especially if they're professionals and they're trying to do this to make a living. There's people that do this and they're not professionals, and they go out there. No, I'm just saying they go out there and they're killing it for the people that have been doing this. What happens if you've been doing this all your life? I don't have a problem with it with me, but there's people out there that are professional musicians that were in the greatest bands and things like that. And they've been doing this for the last 30, 40 years. And there's people out there in the business that they've been there for a week, 2 weeks, and all of a sudden, because of the structure of AI and all these other things, technology, they're taking their work, you know?
They work cheap, yeah.
You know, you got to be good. You got to do everything you can to be the best you can be.
I think you just answered my next question, but if for someone that was just getting into the business right now, what advice would you give to them?
It depends on what they're trying to do.
Yeah, what is their goal?
But I don't know. I had a girl that was interviewing us one time, and I gave her the advice that I finally took, which was just you got to be yourself. You know, just do what makes you, what you feel creatively that you want to do, and just be yourself, because it comes through if you're not. You know, you have to just be you. And I don't know about the business and how to make. You know, I mean, we're in the middle of the road.
Yeah, we're not
famous.
Yeah, no, we're not
so I can't help them, get famous. But you just be yourself. You know, just do what you can do. What you're good at, what you like.
I think you should just be the best you can be for what you can do, and then you'll know by the reaction of whoever's you're targeting, if that makes sense.
Like, you know, what's really fun about us is that we'll be doing a show and we don't have a set list. You know, we know the songs we like and we'll just pick something. I'll pick a song, then he'll pick a song, and we just do it. And then we start to feel the crowd, and we know, and we'll have the exact same song that's coming up next, because we know, you know, we read each other on stage.
So you never disagree. Like, let's say you're at a venue and Joe wants to do a song and you want to do a song. Is it you already have it in mind what you're doing, or have you ever had a time where you said, no, we need to do this one?
We know the direction. We know the direction we're heading. Yeah. We know the group of songs that we do that would target that direction, and it might be one of them. Sometimes we'll turn around and say, same song, but not always. Sometimes it'll be like blah blah blah. Let's try this, but it'll be in the same. We know when they have to come up. We know when they have to pop. We know when they're clapping. We know when they're laughing. And thank God for that, because they like the stuff we're feeding them. And the other thing is, if the act that the venue chooses, if you're the wrong act for that venue, you're in trouble. Because if there are people out there wanting, you know, New Riders of the Purple Sage, and we're doing Connie Francis, you're in trouble, man. I remember Atlantic City, they were like throwing what the hell are you playing? Play some rock and roll. Play blues.
We did a show one time. The blues. Yeah, we did a show one time. They forgot. It was with the band, our band, and they forgot. The lady forgot to put on the because we did oldies.
God, yeah.
She forgot to put on the flyer that it was oldies night, but we had played there so many times, and they loved us. 98% of the people loved us. But it was in a community, and I guess younger crowds are moving into the community. So there was one table on the side, and they were drinking a lot. And apparently they wanted, like, you know, just all new music, and we weren't doing that. And Joe's singing this and that, and she kept sending me, play the Uptown Funk, play. And we could have done it, but we weren't going to do it because we were doing what we were supposed to do. And finally, I said, she's tough. And Joe goes, right now we're going to do one from the Regents. And the lady starts screaming.
They had to carry them out. It was that bad.
Oh, wait, I'm on a microphone. You don't piss off an Italian girl with a microphone.
No. Doreen goes, if you don't like
I said, did you just yell at my husband? I said, you can just leave. I said, we're doing what we were hired to do. It was not really, and she got mad.
Oldies.
I thought she was going to fight me. It was terrible.
Actually, I was chuckling because it was really funny.
So if you could change anything, I mean anything about the music industry, what would it be?
Politics. I would
say I think the politics, and one of the things that bothers me is that the people that are picking and choosing the artists most of the time are not the ones that should be picking and choosing the artists.
Very unqualified.
They're unqualified for the job. I'll give you a little example. One time we were pushed to go try out for, I believe, Star Search or something in New York. And Doreen and I went in with I had a zoot suit and she had a gown. And we went in to sing.
We did that last or something.
We were doing something. We did a couple pretty numbers. Like we had to do like one number, something. It was really, it was a serious song because we wanted to be. Well, we went in there and we get in front of a board of like 20-year-olds, and they didn't know what to do with us.
No,
they pushed us to the second level.
Well, they thought we were going to. It was one of those shows where they made fun of people, and they thought we were going to be somebody to make fun of because we were dressed up.
It was ratings. They want ratings.
But we were good. And they were like, oh, no, you guys are very talented. We can't use you.
That's what they said.
We can't make fun of you.
I've had friends that were on those shows that were embarrassed so bad, and they did such a nice job, and they were embarrassed so bad because they walked out there to do some oldies, and they wanted no part of the oldies. They wanted no part of it. You're dated. The thing something that always bothers me, I write a lot of original music, okay? And our original music, Doreen took to, and Umberto heard it, the stuff is really good, and in my opinion, Umberto's opinion, different people that I know, it's good. Even young people think it's good. But when they say to me, they said, oh boy, that's a great song, brand new song. That's a great song. That's an oldie. That's a real old, but you get someone like Meghan Trainor,
yeah, she writes
or you get that kid that did Baby,
Georgia, yeah.
Georgia. They're sitting there writing these songs. They're kids. They're writing 4-chord songs because that's all they know how to play, and they're getting hits with it. So you're sitting there going, well, why is mine an oldie and yours isn't?
Yeah.
Because you're 20 and I'm 60. Does that make any sense?
Makes sense. What's the biggest lesson you learned the hard way about working in the music industry?
Oh, learning a lesson the hard way. I've learned a lot of lessons. I had some people promise things that they pretend. There have been people that have been pretended to be more than they were, and they promise you things, and it's very disappointing when you find out that they lied to you, and that and that happened a couple times, and it was very hurtful. So that was, don't trust anybody.
Well, you know what it is?
You gotta do it yourself.
What they do is they
don't.
What they do is they say that they're. I don't believe 99% of what is said, but the thing is that when they tell you they have this, that, and the other thing, I have a record contract, I'm a manager, I'm friends with it. I have stories in my book, 0 to 60, about supposedly touring with the Bangles or Triumph. I saw my tour bus, I saw the manager, and our rest of our group, the same thing. We were waiting for contracts. We cut our tour in Florida short, came home, contracts never came. The guy was full of baloney. I was on the phone with the power station, Ian Copeland. I was on the phone with Ian Copeland, who was supposed to be the one backing our tour with the Wanderers. Called him up. I'm like, Mr. Copeland, we're supposed to be touring with you. We cut our tour short from Florida. Here we are at home waiting for our rehearsals. Anyway, make a long story short, he goes, I don't know you guys. He says, I don't know what to tell you. You got scammed. I'm like, are you kidding me? We were in our late 20s.
I got scammed a few times.
Wow. For other musical couples, what's your number one piece of advice for staying creative without ruining the relationship?
Well, I mean, you have to kind of be on, and I think it's like that with anything. You have to be on the same page creatively, know that the goal, is this going to work for us? If somebody comes up with an idea and the other one's like, that's stupid, you got to be open to the ideas. But if they're not along the lines of what, like, we really talk about certain things that we want to do. Is this going to work? Is that going to work? And we discuss it because we have the same goal in mind. If one person wants to do, wants to play at the corner bar, and the other person wants to play in the theater, that's
a problem.
That's a problem if you don't have the same goal. It's the same thing with our venture today.
Yeah.
We all have the same goal. So
I think with a married couple, if the couple isn't on the same page with the entire relationship, you got a problem. Be careful who you marry. Really, that's my biggest advice. Before you marry someone, and I give this same advice to a lot of people, be with them 2 years. Go for those 3-month periods. First 3 months of it's all lovey-dovey. 2 years.
8 years, I think.
No. I'm talking. A lot of guys I know are getting married in 1 month. So what I think is you have to be on the same page in all your different things of your life. It's very important that you do that. Then the other stuff you can have little discussions and work things out. If you're having a fight about something stupid over here and you drag it into your music, anything can be dragged in if you don't keep everything separate. That's my advice to underclassmen.
So I'm going to get off of music a little bit here. What is your ideal vacation look like?
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Taking the travel trailer down to Long Beach Island and watching the sunset.
Not. Every time we go on some kind of trip, it's always work related. We're always performing there, so we don't really. I don't know. Maybe we'll.
You don't take a break. You don't take a break for yourself.
We do.
Not
We
really.
take
It's
little
kinda-
things. We had the dog, so we didn't want to leave him because we travel so much for work. But now he's gone, so I don't know.
I mean, if we go to Florida,
Maybe we'll go
that's
to
kind of
Italy.
like a vacation
That was not a
and a work
vacation. It was
vacation.
not a
That's because other things.
We went on a cruise last year, but it wasn't really it. So maybe we'll go to Italy.
Yeah, I think Italy might be
To
nice.
go with a whole group.
Let's
We've
go.
probably been a
Let's
million times,
manja
right?
music and manja to Italy.
Manja in Italy, right?
There you go. So who is most likely to forget lyrics on stage?
Joey.
Doreen or Joe?
Joe.
I make
I
up my
feel
own.
like it's
I make up my
bad.
own words.
I have voweled a whole sentence before where I think I did it the other day. I think I did a song I haven't done in a while, and I just voweled it because I couldn't remember the words. So nobody knew.
Here's a good one for you guys. What song does the audience think you love, but you actually are tired of playing it?
What song? Oh gosh, Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline.
I like sweet.
You like it? You do it good.
Yeah.
All right, let's think. What's the I don't know. What songs? If I don't like it, I don't usually do it.
Bohemian Rhapsody. No, I love that song. I'm kidding. We don't do that.
No, I don't know.
No, you know what? You know what? When you do a song
A lot.
a lot, you kind of forget about the song, but the theatrics behind the song and the reactions that the people are giving you from the audience.
Like sometimes I can't stand singing at last. Sometimes I can't. And sometimes I love singing it. But I've been doing it for so long. Sometimes
It's the people. For me, it's the people. I don't care what I sing. I always said I could stand on my head. If they clap and they're having fun, I guess I'll stand on my head.
There you go. What's the funniest interaction you've ever had with someone in the audience or a fan?
Oh,
There's a lot of those.
probably the cameo show. No, I'm
What are
kidding.
you talking about?
One of the cameo shows with the people in the audience. They're really funny.
No, like when the lady put her boob in your saxophone.
Well, that was fun. Yeah.
So what was the first song you two worked on together? And tell me how that
A
worked
theme
out.
from A Summer Place.
How'd it work
We
out?
auditioned. We maybe sing that on the first.
Yeah, that was the first time we worked on together.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. He recorded me like the first
I
day.
recorded it the first time.
How'd that work out?
It's great. It's on one of our albums, on our first album.
It's my first
Nice.
day in the studio.
If you could swap an instrument for one song during a live show, which song would you choose and why?
Wait, what?
If you
Oh.
could swap instruments, okay,
Like
during
if
a
I played
show.
the saxophone and he played the trumpet.
Correct.
Oh. He
What
could play the
song would you What song would you choose and why?
I don't know. What do you like?
I don't know.
Well, we could do tequila. We could swap.
Well, we do that together.
Yeah, we do that together anyway.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, that's a tough question because I
Okay,
play
I think
both.
Roberto
I
wants to go
play
to bed.
both instruments. Yeah.
We're almost done, Roberto. I was just gonna ask Roberto what's his favorite dish he makes.
Umberto,
What?
he wants to know your favorite dish to make. I know you're getting ready to go to bed.
Oh no, kidding me? I'm gonna be
sorry.
watching TV later.
Oh, okay.
Favorite dish?
Get in the picture here. He makes everything so good.
Probably. Well, there's so many. I'm trying to go. I'm like a pasta lover. I would probably say something like a simple Roman dish, like a carbonara, stuff like that, because a lot of people do it the wrong way, or an amatriciana, where you use the guanciale and stuff like that. But good pork chop pizzaiola, good steak pizzaiola, old rustic stuff. But and I would have to say veal rossini. That's something that not everybody makes. Egg battered veal, Parma prosciutto, fresh mozzarella, beefsteak, tomato, done in a white wine velouté sauce with a splash of marinara. Really good dish.
Yum.
He's doing these
Man,
classes
I'm
He's
getting
doing
hungry,
these
man.
over
hungry.
in where is this again? In Eatontown?
That's Ocean County Voltec.
Ocean County Voltech. He's going to be doing this cooking course that I really want to take because
What you need to do is send that to me, and also I'm going to ask you guys for the link to that book. Can I post it for people that want to get that book?
yeah,
And
that's
then
all.
before I'm going to let you go here, because what is up next for you guys? Let me know your schedule.
Us. What are we doing?
Well, we're doing a lot of stuff on the boardwalk this year with
We have a lot of summer concerts coming up.
summer conference with the cameos. We do work with the cameos. We're going to be working with Stiletto and the Saxman. We're doing
Did we
shows
talk
with
about
Joe
the show?
LaRocca in Long Island. I mean, in Staten Island.
Oh
And
yeah, we're going to Staten Island next week. We're going to Villa Roma.
tell them about the Virginia show. I mean, the Washington show that we're going to be doing.
Oh God, that's crazy.
Amazing show.
We have this guy who's been following us for a while, and he came to see us in Florida, and he died. Not that day, but he had died in the past and came back to life. And he runs this whole organization of people who came back to life. And he was like the most positive person I've ever met. Like he was so thrilled. And we're going to Washington to this big convention of all these people that came back to life for the 250th anniversary.
Amazing. I
birthday
can't.
of the country.
I can't even imagine. These people must be so happy.
They're so happy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, you were just saying that. I'm thinking, man, these people must not be scared of anything and must be happier than you know what because they
He's the
died
happiest
and came back to
person.
life
He's so happy.
But
because he's
also,
alive.
we're excited to do stuff with Umberto. We're doing the. Did we talk about this or was that
We're doing Ware Town June 16th.
Yeah.
Zanos and Ware Town.
Music and Manja?
Music and Manja. So it's going to be food, meet and greet, and also music. And then the 23rd we're in Cranford, New Jersey at Sole
We're
Mio.
starting this whole thing together, and we're excited to get.
So we're
this done.
excited, and the Golden Oldies Doo-Wop Society will be hosting that. We're excited about that. We're going to have new artists along the way, or new oldies artists anyway, paying tribute to them. And then we're with Joey Arminio and the Family, which is our show group with the dancers. We're with a lot of Colada. So Arminio Entertainment, Arminio Studios basically covers everything. So we're a whole entertainment company. And if anybody needs us for stuff, we're available. Just call.
I just redid the whole website. It's arminioentertainment.com, and had the whole schedule on there. It's all about us. There's pictures, and there's, I'm going to be putting more stuff on there, but it's pretty comprehensive, right now.
And here's our book in case anyone wants to see it again. There you go. 0 to 60. 695 pages, every story you ever want to hear in there. It's mostly a thumb through book unless you find yourself. A lot of people just mark their page and go to that and call it a day.
Nice.
Did you? Umberto, you did that. Look.
He marked his own page.
See, Umberto marked his own page. Look.
There you go.
That's what they do.
That's so cool.
I edited this book because, there's my dog. I edited this book because he was going to put everything he weighed every year.
That's not true.
I call this the phone book.
Yeah.
The phone book. Well, guys, I want to thank you for joining me. I know it's been a long time. Hopefully I'll get out to see you guys play. I haven't seen you guys play this style yet. I've seen the other stuff, but it's very entertaining because I like doo-wop too, but I'm into that Philly sound. I love the stylistics. I love
Oh,
Delphonics.
that's great stuff. Yeah.
I love, it's a Philly, it's the Philly in me. That's what it is.
Oh, so you grew up in Philly. Do you know King Arthur?
King Arthur.
I've heard of him.
DJ out there.
He does Philly Sounds, Crown Sounds radio. Him and his wife, the king and queen of doo-wop or something like that. They're from Philly.
So-
They played that whole Philly sound.
Well, there's a lot of Philly.
Right.
Yeah. Bobby Emmons used to be with Wibbage, Joe Niagara Station, WIBG. That was
Right.
nice. But
Yeah,
anyway,
so I appreciate you guys coming on with me. It was awesome. I'll get out to see you guys play, and I hope you guys are sounding like you're really busy. So hopefully people get the book, come out and eat the chef's food. You got me hungry, so I have to check out his
Yeah,
food too.
We'd love to see you. Come on
yeah,
out.
come
That'd
out,
be
say hello. What the heck?
Thanks for everything, guys. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Thank you.
He's
Thanks
gonna
for having me.
sleep good tonight being with us.
There you go. There you go. See ya.
Good night.
It was wonderful. Thank you so
And
much.
thank you for having